didn't have a daddy, dude. He died. I quit my job last year, and then I quit my job this year. And I'll quit this job too if it don't make me happy. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Patrick, and today I'm going to tell you that I quit my job again. It seems like a theme for me. I had a job in a restaurant for 7 years. I worked in a laboratory for 7 years, and then I quit and decided to change my life and, make my life more about me and making time for my kids and my family. And I had another job for, 7 or 8 months, and then I quit that one too. Because why not? You know what I mean? Like, I had a really good job in the laboratory. I had a really good job, and I wasn't really in any threat of being let go. My benefits were pretty decent. The pay was decent. Everybody seemed to like me, but there was things that I didn't like about it, and I finally decided to cut the cord, which we all should be unafraid to do. Now, I understand some of us are in situations where, we might not know where our next meal comes from, but we have a job. Or we might have a job, we might have, some kind of a chronic illness or like a debilitating disease or something that we need medication for, which requires insurance. And a lot of us just can't drop our jobs and leave some of that stuff behind. So don't take me for, overstepping my privilege or anything like that, because I do understand that we get put in these situations. So yeah, don't get me wrong. Some people are always going to need jobs, and I have a job now. It's completely different than what I've been doing in the past, but I'm enjoying it so far. I quit my job, the job that I had for 7, 8, 9 months. My buddy started his own business about 3 months prior to me quitting my job. He left to Tennessee. We're from Texas. He left to Tennessee, and he started doing construction with the whole goal of building his own cabinets, making a cabinet company. That's what he's a carpenter. And he's like, hey, guys, come with me. And we're like, oh, no. We got jobs, man. Can't leave our kids behind. We're all terrified. Obviously, that's not the reason for all of us. But I was just like, oh, that makes no sense. Why would I move to Tennessee? There's plenty of work here in Texas. All the Californians are coming. But right when I made the decision to put in my 2 weeks and quit my job and go to Tennessee for whatever period of time to learn this trade and to help my buddy grow his business and make some money and finally learn how to do some shit for myself, he decides to come back to Texas. So, hey, I'm still here, So I'm back. I'm still in Texas, never had to leave, and I'm learning the trade, and I'm happy about it, and I think he's happy with it. I'm kind of dumb. There's things that I didn't learn how to do, manly shit, like read a tape measure. And apparently it's not uncommon for men not to know how to read a tape measure now. But, back in my father's day, who passed when I was very young, everybody knew how to read a tape measure. My uncle just posted about reading a tape measure on Facebook the other day. So my buddy, he's 38, I'm 32. He's like, you don't know how to read a tape measure? What's wrong with you? And I'm like, well, I didn't have a daddy, dude. He died. But no. So I'm learning, and I think things are going well. We just finished a kitchen cabinet job, and we're wrapping up another job, basically put cabinets throughout this guy's house. And I think that everybody's pretty much happy with our work. When we first started working together, we were doing a little like remodeling, and that's not what he wants to do. Remodeling's kind of a pain, guys. I don't know if y'all know this. People who are not contractors or construction workers don't understand that your house ain't really square. Everything ain't even. And it's kind of a pain in the ass when, the customer wants something to be freaking perfect when you let the last 5 dudes mess it all up. You know what I mean? But yeah, so I quit my job. Here we are in 2022, and I'm learning something new. I had a pretty good job. The pay was good. The benefits were good. It was only like 8 miles from my house. I worked with my old lady. I worked with my brother. I worked with, one of my high school friends who I love to death. But it was time for me to go because I refused to be unhappy in the workplace. There was things about it that I didn't like. Things were going in a direction that I didn't like. And yeah, sure, I ain't the boss, but I ain't got to work there, baby. A lot of the people were cool. I made some good friends there who I still talk to, and I'm happy about that. But like I said, if I'm not happy, I ain't going to work there. And I'm willing to risk a lot of the luxuries that I have in my life for being happy, because hell, I only got this one opportunity. I'm 32, and I'm going to take all the rest of my years to be happy. Sure, I understand. I'm not always going to be happy, and I'm not always going to be happy with my buddy that I'm working with. But I'm enjoying learning something new. I'm enjoying working with my hands. I'm in the sun, losing a little bit of weight. I should be losing a little bit more. But, you know, you have to do what makes you happy and take a risk. So I took a risk, and so far it's beneficial. The first couple weeks were real slow. They were real slow. We're still in that remodeling phase. Didn't really have the cabinet jobs yet, but now it's picking up. You know, I'm sure he hated me because I'm messing up all these cuts, and now I'm making these cuts dead on, or dead nuts, as he likes to say. But, you know, I'm just happier. You know, I actually spend a little bit of time away from the family because we're going back and forth to places. So I think that's even beneficial. You know, all of us are like, oh, I can't leave my kids alone. Or my kids aren't alone because they're either with their mother, my significant other, or my brother and, you know, their grandmother on both sides. So, but we're so afraid of like losing this time. But there's a sound on Instagram. I'm gonna leave you guys with this. There's a sound on Instagram that talks about how if there's money, then you ain't getting no time. And if you're getting time, you ain't getting no money, you know. And not saying that that's true for everybody. And, you know, I've always made decent money for the last, you know, 7-8 years or whatever. So that really wasn't a thing for me. But I realize now that I do got to make sacrifices. I do have to spend time away from my family to learn this trade. I'm not going to school to learn this trade. I'm not paying nobody to learn this trade. He's paying me way more than I'm worth to teach me this trade. You know what I mean? And he understands the predicament. He understands the predicament I'm in. I understand him. He says do something, I do it. But he's my boss. You know, I treat him like my boss. Sure, when we clock out, he's my buddy. But when we're working, he's my boss. And yeah, I just wanted to come through and let you guys know that I quit my job again. So watch this video so my kid can get braces. Let's get that ad revenue going. Share it with your friend if they need to know. Hey, it's a scary world, but in 2022, everybody and their mama's hiring and they're paying well, and you can work from home if you want to. There's so many things that you can do. You can start your own small business. Like, we have to stop being afraid. That's what they teach us in school now. That's why they took trades out of most schools. They're like, hey, we're just going to train these guys to be worker bees anyway. Let them be worker bees. Nah, dog, I want to be able to be, you know, be my own man, make my own decisions, fucking build a house if I have to build a house. You know, how valuable am I going to be in the zombie apocalypse? Hell, I'm fat. I'm going to eat all the food. Am I going to be able to do anything to earn that food? Shit. That's why I quit my job, to learn a trade, you know, and I think some of you guys should too. Unless you're going to go to school for something that is like, you know, a specialty, like you want to be a scientist, sure, you might need a biology or a chemistry degree. You want to be a mathematician of sorts, physics, you might need a math degree or whatever it may be. I don't know. And so if not, get that trade. You know, you're going to spend half the money on a trade or not anything. If you start young, you become an apprentice. So let's get in these trades. Let's make this money. By 25, you make it $30 an hour. Who knows? It's going to be a while for me, though. But thank you guys for watching. I hope you like videos like this, and I'll keep them coming. My name is Patrick. Hit that like and subscribe button, and I greatly appreciate it.